Okay, so we've all seen messages like this, right? They're just everywhere online. But instead of just scrolling past, today we're going to do something different. We're going to pull back the curtain and really look at the engine that makes these things run. Let's dissect the anatomy of a very specific kind of online sales pitch.
It always kicks off with a headline like this one. And it's not just a claim, it's a huge promise. I mean, look at the words, Miracle Plant. That sounds rare, exotic, powerful, and melts fat 24/7. That implies you don't even have to do anything. It works while you sleep. This is the hook. It's designed to make you stop scrolling immediately.
So this is the big question for us today. For a minute, let's just put aside whether the claim is actually true or not. What we're really going to focus on is how the message itself is built. What are the techniques being used to guide someone from seeing that headline all the way to clicking buy? The first and, you could argue, most important piece of this puzzle is what we'll call the powerful promise. Now, this has nothing to do with ingredients or data, not yet anyway. This is all about tapping into really deep emotions and desires by showing people the life they wish they had. And the best tool for that? You guessed it, personal stories.
Okay, so take Angela's story. The key here isn't just the 50 pounds, it's the emotional journey. She went from feeling ashamed or embarrassed to being the person everyone's proud of, the one with a secret. See? The promise isn't just weight loss, it's getting social acceptance, even admiration.
And then, boom, a new element comes into play, authority. Michael's doctor, an expert, right, is literally shocked by the results. This adds this whole other layer of credibility. And it cleverly expands the promise from just looking good to actual, tangible health benefits, which, hooks into a totally different set of worries people have.
And Tracy's story, well, that just makes the dream feel so real and tangible. Having to buy a whole new wardrobe is such a vivid, relatable picture of success. It's not some abstract number on a scale, it's a happy, life-changing event. Altogether, these stories just paint this incredible picture of total transformation.
So after they've hooked you with the stories, the pitch starts to boil the results down into hard numbers. First, they hit you with a big, round, impressive one. 50. It's specific, it's memorable, and then right away, bam, another one. 33. This kind of rapid-fire succession of numbers is designed to feel like the evidence is just piling up and up, making the results seem super consistent and totally legit. And here's a really subtle, smart move. Notice the shift in the metric. We've gone from pounds to inches. This broadens the whole definition of success. The promise is that you're not just going to be lighter, you're going to be visibly smaller. All right, let's move on to the next part of the structure. After they've established that deep emotional desire, the pitch has to give you a logical reason to believe. It has to answer that little voice in your head saying, okay, but how does it actually work? And this is where the science comes in. Now, this is crucial. They introduce a unique, sciencey-sounding concept, metabolism flexibility. By giving a specific name to the true cause of the problem, the message completely reframes the situation. And, surprise, surprise, their product is the only thing that can fix it. Then they break the whole mechanism down into this incredibly simple three-step process. It makes a really complex biological idea feel totally straightforward, almost like a recipe. And the language is so active and powerful. Improve, awaken, dissolve. It just sounds so effective. Next, the focus shifts to building trust and calming any fears about safety. Every single bullet point here is a key word meant to signal quality. Proprietary blend sounds exclusive and special, and phrases like plant-based, GMO-free, and FDA-registered facility, well, they're all there to reassure a skeptical buyer that this is legit and safe. Okay, so the emotional hook is set, and a logical reason to believe has been laid out. Now the pitch smoothly transitions to the transaction itself. The goal here is to structure the price so that buying doesn't feel like a cost, but more like a really smart, high-value investment. And here we go, a classic tiered pricing strategy. You can see the price per bottle drops a lot the more you buy. This whole structure is really designed to do one thing: steer you away from buying just one bottle and make that 6-bottle package look like the most obvious economical choice. And just in case that table wasn't clear enough, they make the comparison even more direct. They spell it out for you. They highlight the savings and then throw in another huge incentive for the biggest package, free shipping. I mean, every single element here is pushing you towards that larger purchase. This number, $960, is what you'd call a psychological anchor.
By putting such a massive savings figure out there, the actual purchase price of $234 suddenly seems way more reasonable in comparison. It totally reframes the cost as a massive discount.
We are now at the final stage of the anatomy. This is where the pitch deals with any last-minute hesitation or fear. The whole goal of this final safety net is to make the decision to buy feel completely 100% risk-free.
The foundation of this safety net is the money-back guarantee, and its power is all in the specifics. It's not just a guarantee, it's a 60 full-day guarantee. Giving you a clear, generous timeline like that implies that they're really confident the product will work.
And then the promise is just broken down into these incredibly reassuring little phrases. 100% money back, even if the bottles are empty. No questions asked. Every single one of these is surgically designed to find a specific fear a customer might have about getting their money back and just eliminate it. And finally, the pitch uses something like an FAQ section to just knock down the last few barriers. It offers even more social proof with a huge number of users. It clarifies it's a one-time payment, not some sneaky subscription, and then it creates urgency with claims of low stock and potential price hikes. It's that final nudge to get you to act now.
So, there you have it, the whole anatomy of the pitch. You see how it moves from that emotional promise to a logical explanation to an irresistible offer, and then finally to a completely risk-free safety net. Now that you can see this four-part structure, the real question is, what will you notice the next time you see a message just like this one?